with regards to the tariff, because it is the Brazilian president who has now hit back at US President Donald Trump, saying that the world does not want an emperor after the United States has threatened to impose additional 10% tariffs on countries that align with anti-American policies of the BRICS grouping. Now remember, it was yesterday that Donald Trump had put out that post where after the BRICS meet, he had gone ahead and had said that any country that aligns with anti-American policies of BRICS will face additional tariffs, and that will be there will be no exemptions to that. That was the warning. Now this is the remark coming in from Brazil after Donald Trump announced that any country aligning with the BRICS would be charged with additional 10% tariffs. Notably, India, China and Russia are part of the BRICS. So Donald Trump said any country aligning themselves with the anti-American policies of the BRICS will be charged an additional 10%. Let me go, Rishabh. So it is Brazil that is now hitting back, that is, firing the emperor jab and saying that, the world does not want an emperor. You can't go ahead and brand one grouping as one that has anti-American policies. You cannot use trade as a threat and say that we will impose 10% additional tariffs if anybody aligns with, the anti-American policies of BRICS. So here you have Brazil responding. What about other countries? Have you heard also a response from sources in the government?
Well, this had to start from somewhere in Brazil. It has begun from Brazil. The way Donald Trump has been conducting himself, the way Donald Trump has been reacting to the global order is something that today, tomorrow, or sometime would have had reaction, and now the reaction has come in from the current chair of BRICS. Remember, only yesterday there were two reactions that came in from Washington. First, a 10% additional tariff to any country that aligns with BRICS. Brazil is the current chair of BRICS. India is taking over the presidency for next year. Second, it was India time late evening when a post on Truth Social claimed that how Brazil is mishandling and mistreating the former President Bolsonaro, and that should stop. And Donald Trump went out to rant against Brazilian government. President Lula is someone who has been long in politics of Brazil. President Lula right now is acclaimed to defeat Bolsonaro against all odds to form the government, and is currently quite popular.
Yes, Rishabh, do stay with us because we also have former Ambassador Suresh Goel joining us. Good morning, Mr. Goel. Now, in the backdrop of the trades that have been imposed, also the fact that for now, India has some sort of a reprieve till the 1st of August. The fact that we are inching closer to a deal mentioned by US President Donald Trump. What do you think is the priority of the government? A long-term trade vision, or something that is currently now, should the focus also be on diffusing the August 1 deadline, in case, we're not able to ink a deal by then?
Well, I really wish that we could be getting what we always want, and et cetera, compromises, adjustments. But the point really here is that it's very, very difficult to understand what is going in the mind of President Trump. The ideal situation for us would be to really do a kind of a part deal or a limited deal for the time being, because there are critical issues like dairy, agriculture, et cetera, given the point that there is going to be state elections in India, there is sensitivity for farmers, etc. It's going to be very, very difficult to have a complete deal unless we make a huge compromise on our political and economic interests. So our ideal situation would be to have a limited deal, and I do hope that President Trump will agree on that.
So a limited deal is a suggestion that you're giving out. Before I let you go, Ambassador Goel, also, what do you think should be the non-negotiables for India in this particular deal? Should there be a red line on, say, agriculture or IP rights or digital trade?
I don't think we can talk in terms of red lines, because eventually everything will have to be there in the basket, and everything will need to be discussed so that they understand where we can stop and where we can go. So I don't think we can talk in terms of red lines, but basically give timelines, etc., as to when we can think of having a kind of a conclusive understanding on where we can go. And for the time being, agricultural products and the dairy products will have to be really deferred for a later time.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Goel, for joining us and weighing in with your perspective on, Trump's tariff deadline in India as well, and the fact that there is a